Hi, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Dr. Nur Hidayah Mamat. Today, in this video, me, Anis Sofia binti Azharuddin, would like to present my animal case study on the active behavior of a female domestic cat, Felis catus, in heat. The cat is a well-known animal that has become one of the most popular pets in the world. Their lovely and friendly touch could create strong connections between the cat and the owner. However, we believe that each cat has a distinct personality that differentiates every each of them. Family Felidae encompasses 37 species, and Felis catus is the only domesticated species in the family Felidae. The female cat is a seasonally polyestrous animal with sexual activity lasting from January until September based on Foster and Hesau 1935. The sexual behavioral patterns were classified according to Michael 1961 as anestrus, proestrus, and estrus. Anestrus behavior of the female was characterized as ignoring the male, defensive spitting, or making a paw swipe if the male approached too closely. The onset of proestrus was defined as the day when the cat would begin to show continuous rubbing of the head and neck against any convenient object. Estrus started day 1 when the female stopped rolling and rubbing, crouched with her forequarters pressed to the ground, and showed hyperextension of her back causing lordosis and presentation of the perineal region. Grasping of the neck and mounting by the male was allowed. An intermediate stage of sexual receptivity similar to proestrus was frequently seen at the end of estrus. It was not included in the duration of estrus when the length of estrus was calculated. The objective of the study is to observe the active behavior of a female domestic cat in heat. This study aims to measure all the occurrences of the female cat behaviors as events based on a modified etogram. In methodology of data collection, the study was conducted in an enclosed house car porch at Bandar Indahpura, Kulai Johor. An adult free-ranging female domestic cat weighing 2.5 kg was observed using the focal approach. The female cat is located and its behaviors are followed for a standard time. The female cat is living with the other two male cats which are genetically related. The behaviors of the cat were video recorded using an Apple iPhone 7. The individuals were recognized primarily by coat patterns. The female cat is observed at the closest range possible as long as the observer presence does not change the behavior. The duration of events was recorded in 20 minutes in continuous sessions immediately after the provision of food, which was provided in the morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon and evening from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. These two time periods were assessed for 3 consecutive days from 40th June to 60th June 2020. The date and time were recorded on the datasheet. All occurrences of in total 19 individual behaviors were measured as events based on etogram. Based on the etogram of behavioral measures that were modified based on Bennett 2001, the behaviors that were recorded are eat, drink, walk, run, climb, jump, scratch, rest, stand, sniff, investigate, groom, urinate, defecate, vocalize, stretch, aggressive, stare, and last but not least, not visible. For data analysis, time budget or energy budget is used in this focal study. It will indicate the amount or proportion of the time that the female cat spends on different behaviors. Time spent on each behavior was recorded to construct the time budget. The proportion of time spent on particular behaviors were calculated out of the total observation time. The data collected were summarized by doing time budgets for each session. The mean values for each behavioral measure of interest were calculated and presented in the form of pie chart. For the results, Table 2 shows the time budget that represents the percentage of total observation time the female cat spent in each behavior for 6 sessions, which is 20 minutes every morning and evening for 3 consecutive days. Each code of the behaviors was taken from the ethogram, which was modified based on Bennett 2001. While in Table 3, it shows the mean percentage of total observation time the female cat spent on each behavior in the morning and evening for the 3 consecutive days. From this time budget, it stated that in the morning and evening for the 3 days, most of the time the female cat spent was on grooming, which is cleaning and licking itself. The mean percentage were the highest, which are 42.08% in the morning and 55.78% in the evening. Eating behavior has the second highest mean percentage of time spent, which is 12.67% in the morning and 19.17% in the evening. The third highest mean percentage of the time spent is on walking behavior, which is 15.17% in the morning and 12.36% in the evening. These 3 highest mean percentage of the total time spent indicate that the 3 most preferable behaviors for the observed female cat are grooming, eating, and walking. What differentiates the female cat behaviors in the morning and evening is that 3 behaviors will only perform in the morning but not in the evening, which is running, climbing, and urinating. This shows that the female cat is doing more activities and more active in the morning. In the pie chart 1, it shows the mean percentage of total time spent on each behavior by the female cat in the morning. The most preferable behavior by the female cat is grooming, which she spent 42% of the total observation time to clean and lick itself. The next most preferable behavior that the female cat performed was walking, which is 15%, followed by eating, 13%, and stretching, 12%. The other behaviors will perform less than 10% from total time spent in the morning for 3 days. While in chart 2 shows the mean percentage of total time spent on each behavior by the female cat in the evening. The most preferable behavior performed by the female cat is grooming, which she spent 56% of the total observation time to clean and lick itself. The second most preferable behavior that the female cat performed was eating, which is 19%, followed by walking, 12%. The other behaviors were performed in less than 10% total time spent in the evening for 3 days. Based on the results above, we can see that the female cat was performing active behaviors. Most of the time, the female cat spending her time by grooming, eating, walking, and scratching. The cat groomed her whole body, first by licking and scratching its neck with hind claws and washing its face with front paws, then progressing to the other parts of the body with a corresponding change in its posture. While eating the dry food provided, the cat only moved her mouth for mastication. When licking water in a bowl on the floor, the cat moved only its tongue, keeping a steady horizontal position. Small wiggles corresponding to each lick were visible. In this study, the female cat was vocalizing in a low percentage of total time spent, both in the morning, which is 0.81%, and in the evening, 0.11%. From the focal approach and video recording that has been done, the observer could see that the female cat is not performing normal mewing, but she was growling and hissing a lot more than usual every time a male cat is approaching her. She tends to become easily irritated and annoyed with the presence of male cats. This is a very rare occasion to see she behave like that, as she is known as a tame female cat in the household. The female cat is living with two other male cats, which are genetically related. However, from the observation, the observer got the chance to see a neighboring free-ranging male cat trying to approach her. The male cat always standing or resting as close as 0.5 meters to the female cat, staring at her with an intention. She behaved aggressively by attacking the male cat who is trying to disturb her daily activities. The unusual behaviors of the female cat in heat are definitely not a surprise. Based on research by Michael 1961, the female cat is basically going through the anestrus phase of the female cat, where it was characterized as ignoring the male, defensive spitting, or making a paw swipe if the male approached too closely. The hormonal ups and downs of the heat cycle resulting in these behavioral swings in a female cat. In conclusion, the female cat that was observed was performing the active behaviors. A female cat in heat tends to become restless and easily irritated by the presence of a male cat. The female cat will become more aggressive when going through the anestrus behavioral phase of the heat cycle. The state of sexual receptivity in the female cat is strictly dependent upon the presence of the ovarian hormone. To avoid annoying behavioral issues of the female cat during the heat, the cat owner is suggested to spay the cat at a very early stage. This move would prevent these behavioral issues from the start and also keep feline overpopulation at a minimum. It is very important to study about movement and behavior of domestic cats so that we can understand the language of this lovely creature and help them to overcome their problems. Last but not least, I hope that we can study more about the movement and behavior of domestic cats so that we can understand the language of this lovely creature and help them to overcome their problems. That's all from me, Anis Sofia, for my study case. Thank you.